My guest on the Culture Crawl is Jim McDonough, Iowa's own pianist who is bringing his Christmas show to, well, the entire state once again this year. Jim, first off, welcome back. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Dennis. Great to be with you.
And this is how many years for your touring a holiday show?
A dozen years.
12. Oh my
Can you
gosh.
believe it?
So you were 7
exactly
when it started.
Yeah, just a little guy, and I could barely reach the pedals.
I suspect it's been a while since you have not been able to reach the pedals.
Yeah, at about 6'1", I pretty much I don't remember not being able to reach the pedals. But yeah, it's been a dozen years and 9 consecutive years that this tour in its entirety has benefited Camp Courageous of Iowa.
And, of course, you are a Monticello native, so Camp Courageous is something that has been a part of your community and life, since you were growing up.
Definitely. That's really the connection with the camp. I grew up just a couple miles from there, and the work that happens there, the work they do, and the individuals they serve, it's such a special place. And they will serve about 7,500 individuals of our state this year with disabilities. And the holidays, it's just become such a great tradition to extend a hand to that community at this time of year. And I know that my audience has developed an affection for Camp Courageous as well, and it's been an honor to work with the folks there.
Well, before we talk about this year's show, now, of course, I know, because you've been coming here many of the last dozen years to talk about the show, but for those who may be unfamiliar with Jim McDonough, tell me a little bit about how you got started and how you have moved through your career as a professional pianist.
Sure. Well, I'm from Monticello. We mentioned that, and I went to Wartburg College, majored in music education and piano performance. I taught in the public schools for a couple years. I was a high school band director. And while I had a rewarding couple of years, I just determined kind of early on I didn't want to teach.
That's there is no tougher gig than a high school arts educator.
As a band director, I was pretty young. I was 21 my first year of teaching, and I was on a football field with a megaphone and 150 kids. I had no assistant. I had no, it was a huge job, and it just was, while I had a rewarding couple of years and I left on great terms. In fact, I worked for 2 superintendents. They both come to my concerts. It was a very positive 2 years. I just determined that while I love music, that wasn't how I wanted to use music in my career. Actually, I left music for a while. At that point, I went back to school to be an air traffic controller. And I did that in Chicago for a few years. And I learned that sometimes you have to leave something you love to know why you need it or why you want it back in your life. And so I had accumulated a month's worth of vacation. I used it in one 4-week period. And I went to work on a cruise ship. They needed someone just for a couple weeks. Well, those 2 weeks, that fill-in job, turned into about 3 years, where I was playing people's favorite songs, taking the requests, seeing the songs that make their eyes light up. I started recording CDs of those songs, and that has turned into a career that has been very fulfilling and rewarding, playing people's favorite songs. Pianofavorites.com is my
That's your website. Yeah.
That's where that came from. And these Christmas shows are no exception. The show is filled with spectacular arrangements of everyone's favorite Christmas songs.
And it's not just you playing the piano. There is a full orchestra and chorus. And so tell me, how do you go about picking, where does the music come from?
You bet. As soon as the curtain goes down on one of the holiday grand tours, my wheels start turning. And I am listening to Christmas music times of the year when people would think I'm crazy if they could hear what I'm listening to in the car when it's 100 degrees outside. But I am always thinking about material for Christmas. What I love about Christmas shows and Christmas music, it's the only time of the year when the grandparent and the grandchild listen to the same music. That doesn't happen any other time of year. They can't agree on what to listen to
Right.
in the car. But it is the case at Christmas. So we see families in the audience that have made this part of their holiday tradition, and that is so rewarding to me. For that reason, it's a brand new show every year. And I've never been as excited about a new show as this year. And I'll be joined by my professional 14-piece orchestra and a cast of 8 singers and dancers, fully costumed and choreographed. It's a spectacular show.
Well, of course, you don't want to give away any spoilers, but is there a particular highlight that you, as you're watching the rehearsals and working through with everybody, that you just makes you smile and go, oh, this is going to be so cool when we perform this?
Most definitely. We start Act 2 with sort of a North Pole theme, and it involves, there's a little tap number, and I may even do a time step or two.
Oh my!
For the audience. So how's that? That's a little bit of a spoiler.
There you go.
So I have, in addition to my my piano skills, I have been learning some moves that I have never done before. But this is a Christmas production show around a 9-foot Steinway grand piano, there's variety for the whole family. And it is so much fun to work with the talented people that come along on this tour.
Well, and it is a tour. It's not just a show or two, and you open in Monticello on Friday, correct?
That's right. We start the tour every year in my hometown with 2 preview shows, and that's at the auditorium there in Monticello. We have a matinee and an evening the day after Thanksgiving. Then we continue this at the beautiful Paramount Theater on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So the next day, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, November 29th at 2:30 at the Paramount Theater. We go on to the Adler Theater in Davenport.
Another spectacular room next to the Paramount. That may be my favorite room in the state.
It is amazing. It seats about 2,500 people.
Bigger.
And it's one of those Art Deco venues. The architecture is beautiful. The acoustics are terrific. It's been recently renovated, and it's a fantastic venue.
And let's see, so you'll also be, Ottumwa, Des Moines, Dubuque.
That's right. Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls, you'll be at Gallagher Blue Dorn.
Yes.
Another excellent place to play.
These are Iowa's most beautiful venues. They really are. I am so fortunate that this tour over the years has built and grown. In fact, a city that we are adding this year to the tour is Burlington. We've never gone to Burlington. We'll be at Memorial Auditorium as part of their Civic Music Association. Their season's offerings will include Holiday Grand. This has become an annual holiday tradition for thousands of Iowa families who know that this benefits Camp Courageous, but also just want to come out for a spectacular show.
Well, the Greens will be there in force.
That's great.
So I'm looking forward to it, as I know that all the people who make this a part of their holiday tradition is going to be. So you have a huge tour. So if you are local and can't catch it here, or are going to be visiting family in any of these other cities, where do people go to get the full schedule and get tickets?
Each of those venues handles ticketing in a different way. So the easiest way to, and the most efficient way to get that information is go to my website, pianofavorites.com. That's plural, pianofavorites.com. Click on performances. You can see the whole list of concert dates and cities. You can also see a video. When you click on performances, a video of one of my previous shows will pop up. So I'd love to have folks check that out. And of course, like us on Facebook, because we're always putting out some of the latest news on Facebook.
Okay. Jim McDonough, Steinway artist, and the Holiday Grand Tour opening this weekend in eastern Iowa and then touring around the state. Jim, good luck with it and happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you.